and we're actually, limited by the grid capacity. So I love solar. The efficiency, started out at like 10%. It's in the 20s now. It could get as high as 40 with new approaches particularly perovskite, over the next decade or so. But it's not just a 24-hour storage problem. Lithium-ion batteries are now sodium, and others will solve your 24-hour problem. But you have periods of time, like the Midwest gets a cold front, where you get 10 or 12 days. All the batteries ever made in history for every car, every computer, wouldn't store a day of electricity. And if you're only using a battery once a year, that is, you charge it and it's sitting there for this unusual thing, that's super expensive electricity. Instead of getting the capital value out 365 times a year, you get it out once. So various seasonal and bad weather things where you don't want to shut off power, particularly if it's being used to heat homes, it's way more complicated than people think. Electricity doesn't move long distances today. It's mostly coal or natural gas plants that are fairly near to the usage. And yes, there's innovation in transmission, actually fairly exciting stuff, but we're going to have a fairly near to the usage. And yes, there's innovation in transmission, actually fairly exciting stuff, but we're going to have a mix, and particularly if you look at a country like Japan, where there's essentially almost no solar potential there. And even the wind has periods where you have too much or too little. The US happens to be very blessed. We have incredible wind and solar resources. And these open source models that we're modeling now, okay, what does that energy system look like, are part of seeing, okay, when can we get there? And there's a lot of these goals that are not well thought through. It's going to be harder than we wished it would be.